Hello there, welcome to Keto Living. So today we're continuing with our Mexican series, and I was going to have tacos and nachos, but you know what, that's two separate dishes and it's a lot involved, so I didn't feel like I was going to have time tonight. You know, for somebody that doesn't have a job, I have been super busy today. So next week we will have nachos, but tonight we're going to have tacos, and we're going to have soft tacos. Now, I have usually made my taco shells using cheddar cheese, and it's really simple. Let me adjust this camera for a minute. You just take grated cheddar cheese, and you spread out parchment paper. You draw a 6-inch circle on the parchment paper, and you put the cheese in the 6-inch circle, and you bake it at 350 until it starts turning a little brown. And then you take some aluminum foil, and you tint it over something, and then non-stick, of course, and then you just loop over the cheese, round circle, until it gets the shape of a taco, and let it cool completely. And that's usually how I make my tacos, but I want to do soft tacos tonight because I want to have some shells left over to make sandwiches and stuff with. So let's get started, and we're going to work on the taco meat, and then we're going to do the soft tacos. So let me put you down here and we'll get started. Okay, so I've already browned up a pound of hamburger meat, and I used organic grass-fed beef. And so to this, I make my own taco seasoning. And to this, we're going to add, where's my little thing? We're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of minced onion. Now, if you have onion powder, you can use that too. I don't have onion powder, so I'm just going to use minced onion, and just a 1/4 teaspoon, because those tends to be real carby. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon of chili powder, and I'm going to put the rest of it in my hand, and then another tablespoon of garlic powder. A tablespoon is about a palm full. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon of cumin. Whoops, that's a little bit more than a tablespoon. It's about a tablespoon of cumin. I love that smoky flavor it gives. And I'm sorry, this was not chili powder. This was smoky paprika. This is chili powder. So we're going to use about a tablespoon of that. Almost a tablespoon. And this is ancho chili powder. If you don't like a little spicy chili powder, you can just use regular chili powder. But I prefer a little spice in mine. Okay. And then we're just going to put a pinch of salt. And then we're going to stir that around. And then we're going to add the 1/4 cup of water and mix that up. And we're going to put it on the stove again and let it simmer for a few minutes. And then we'll keep it on warm while we're doing the tortilla shells. Okay, so we have that back on the stove. Now we're going to work on our tortillas. So what we're going to do, now this can be a little temperamental, I'm just telling you. And to tell you the truth, we're making it together for the first time. But I've been researching and trying to figure out, you know, what the best thing was. Wasted a lot of flour and stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to put in 1/3 cup of coconut flour. Loosen that up a little bit. And then we're going to put in a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And this is just Clever Girl baking powder. And then you're going to put in, and honestly, I meant to measure this. I don't know. I didn't, but it's like 10 tablespoons of water. And we're going to mix that around. And then we're going to add the gold. You're going to need 8 egg whites. And then we're going to start mixing that until it's really combined well. Now this is going to be a very thin batter. We're going to make really homemade tortillas. We're going to fry them in a pan. Now after the coconut flour sits for a few minutes, it will thicken up. But once you got all this mixed really well, you don't want any coconut flour left in there at all. I mean, you know what I mean, dry. So you want this mixed up really well. And then we're going to add some seasoning to it. So what we're going to add is a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And don't worry about writing all these down. I will have them in the description box as always. And a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now some people put chili powder. I've seen these made with chili powder before. I don't want to put chili powder in mine because I'm going to use the leftovers for something else. And these can be stored in an airtight container in the refrigerator for about 4 or 5 days after they're made. Okay, so I'm going to put you on pause for a minute and we're going to go over to the stove and make tortillas. Okay, we're back. Now I have a pan heating here on pretty low temperature, and you let it get hot until before you add the oil. But we are going to add some spray in here. This is the consistency of the batter. So I have it sitting down right here. And so this is getting warm now. So then I'm going to spray my pan, and I'm using just some avocado oil. Now, you want to get about 1/4 of a cup of the batter, and you're going to pour this in your pan. Now you want this to be thin as possible because you don't want thick tortillas. And so you can either use a spoon or just do this like this, twirl the pan around. And it takes practice. Okay, and then you're going to leave this on here until you see some bubbles. And when you see bubbles, then we're going to flip it. Or we're going to try to flip it. Okay guys, I'm still waiting for it to bubble. I think it's starting to bubble now. So when it gets really bubbly, I'll come back and show you how to turn it. Okay, so now it's all bubbly. I'm going to try to scoop it on here and flip it over. Now I could have got a little bit darker, but it's my first one. So we're just going to let it cook another minute on this side. But I'm really excited about the prospect of being able to make my own so-called flour tortillas. And you can see over here that the meat is all nice and ready for us. Oh man, the other side really looks like a tortilla. I'm so excited. You don't want it to get too dark brown or anything. Look at that. That looks like a soft tortilla. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm going to brush the edges of my pan off in my trash thing here. Okay, and to be on the safe side, I'm going to spray it again. because I don't want no stickage. And I'm going to show you one more time, and then I'm just going to go ahead and finish making them. Now, if you want to spread it, ooh, there's the doggies. If you want to spread it with a spoon, wet the back of your spoon and it won't stick to it. So that you can, and I think a spoon is better to get it more even. Okay? So my pan's a little bit warm. I don't think my pan was hot the first time. There we go. And so we can, hold on guys. Hey, knock it off. Shh. Sorry about that. And I find that it will, you'll know when it's done when it starts lifting on its own around the edges and stuff. Okay, this one is bubbling now. I think it's time to turn. Time to turn before you burn. Uh-oh, kind of. I tore that one. Oh, well. That's sandwich time, not taco time. But this is what they look like when they're cool, and you'll notice they're real thin. That's going to be a wonderful little taco. And this is going to be a nice piece of bread with butter on it for breakfast in the morning. Alright guys, I'm going to finish cooking these and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am finished with more tortillas. And I have to say, there is a learning curve. And probably the first one came out okay. The second one I tore up. The third one came out great. The fourth, the fifth. The sixth one, not so much. I had to throw it away. It's just, you know, it's just a little learning curve for you there. You just have to get used to pouring the batter in the pan and keeping it really thin. And wetting the back of the spoon or stuff will help. And wetting the spatula will help. Now, I made these pretty small because that's how I ate tacos in Mexico. Was the real small ones. And so, now these on the bottom here, I made bigger. So, I guess the way I had it figured out, it's supposed to make 16. I still have more batter left. I got tired of making them because it's just me. So, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 altogether because 2 I threw away. Well, actually, I didn't throw them away. I put butter on them and ate them. Oh, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, I've already gotten 13 tacos out of here, and I still have batter left. And the recipe is supposed to make about 16 or 17 if you make them about this size right here. So how I serve my tacos, like I said, I eat mine Mexican style, Mexican street style. Now, you can put lettuce on it if you want to. I'm actually going to make a little salad out of mine. I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. So I have the meat. Now, traditionally, I'd have me some beans down there, but you know we can't have the beans. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a little guacamole on the bottom of each one. That's going to kind of be my bean binder or whatever. I love guacamole. I'm just going to put a little bit because I'm going to put more on top. And then I'm just going to put some meat. Oh, I wish we had smell-o-vision. This meat smells so good. Okay. And then I'm going to put cheese on top of the meat so it gets all melty. Like so. And then I'm going to put a little tomatillo sauce because you know I love my green sauce. I'm not a big fan of the red sauce. And then I'm just going to put about a half a tablespoon of guacamole on each one of them. Because I'm going to eat these with a fork. I don't fold my tacos up. That's how I learned to eat them. When I lived in California, we used to go to Mexico all the time. A little sour cream. And voila, there's my tacos. Now, if you want a taco salad, you're going to build it the same way. You're just going to take your meat, put it on your lettuce, put you some cheese on there, put some guac on there, your sour cream, your salsa, and anything else you want to put on there. I put black olive sometimes, and jalapenos. I don't have any jalapenos today, but anyway, so there you go. We got homemade tortillas and tacos and a taco salad. And also, don't forget the way I told you can make a hard shell taco. It takes a little practice with that too, but I wanted to try to figure out a way to make soft tacos because I like them. Now, you can also take this batter right here and put it in a big pan, like a griddle pan, and then make a real big circle and make a burrito out of it. Now, if they're about this size or the size that I have on my plate, you can eat about 4 or 5 of those for 2.75 net carbs. Now, if they're about this size here, I would say eat 3 for about 2.75 carbs. And then, of course, except for the little bit of carbs in the guacamole and the cup on the sour cream, yeah, this is it. Not very many carbs at all. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm going to bring you up here for a second. I have some exciting news to tell you. Okay, so you all know that I've been working really hard. I started my diet January the 16th of 2017. It's when I went keto. So I have been working toward a goal, and I met my goal this past Thursday. I am 204 pounds lighter than I was January the 16th of 2017. Yay, I am so happy. I got a lot of skin, but I'm going to get that taken care of eventually. But I feel so much better since I have lost all this weight. And I did it by eating fat. Just saying, it does work. So I'm going to try one of my little tacos here. I'm actually going to pick it up for you. Oh my goodness. Let me grab a paper towel because that was messy. Yep. That was definitely worth the standing in front of the stove making tortillas for. And I can't wait to try them with a regular sandwich too. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sorry keto living has been so late for you these days, but I've just been really busy. So I'm cooking dinner and when I film. Alright, thank you so much. Don't forget, next Friday we will be having nachos. And then after that, we'll be starting something else. So if you have any ideas of recipes that you would like to see me turn from non-keto into keto, leave a comment below in the description box, and I'll make sure to see if I can do it for you. And also, if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, please make sure you do so by hitting that little avatar right up there on the screen, and well, actually the Eiffel Tower. And don't forget to tap the bell to be notified. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend and enjoy some tacos. Bye!